What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction with your host, the Ignorant Eclectic Mad Genius. And today we are checking out my man Omeezy's channel. And today he's gonna be talking about the Faze boys. Faze, I think it was the original leader was like Faze Banks. I want to say his name was. I don't remember these guys' names. I just know them as the Faze boys. And then like the new iteration with Platboy Max, and a few other guys. I think Your Rage was Phase once upon a time. How they all disbanded or whatever. But you know what I mean, I'm gonna stop talking. Hit that like, hit that sub. Let's check this out.
Talent management business. It was not the answer. Me personally, like I funded it, lost $7 million in 2025.
I wonder what could have cost him $7 million.
Yeah, I'm good. Yo, they're going.
So 1, 2, 3 monitors,
A camera.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bear bricks, the Subathon award that you can never get back, damage here, damage here, damage here.
Yeah, maybe that's why. For years, kids have dreamed of becoming big in the content creation space, teaming up with a collective of like-minded individuals, and then forming some sort of content and streaming group. But
I've been wanting to say this for a minute now, but I rock with Omeezy's his sweaters. I want to say those are Kuji because I have like 2 of those. Well, not I have 2 Kuji sweaters. Old Kuji sweaters too, like the ones that like, yeah, I got some of those, but
after year, failed attempt after failed attempt after failed attempt, that bubble keeps getting burst. But this time it was supposed to be different. When Matt Kalish took over the Faze organization and decided to financially back it, people thought that Faze was safe. Faze was back. The numbers reflected it, the vibe reflected it, everything reflected it except for the balance book. Matt Kalish exposed how detrimental it is for somebody to take on this as an endeavor and ultimately ushered in a warning saying that this type of content creation, group style, talent management can no longer exist in the space. But during his interview, I do think that he said a couple things that the core boys can take advantage of and work in their favor, and I definitely want to talk about it. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It's
oh, Core is the new, I guess, version of Faze.
Gonna go a long way for the channel. Join my group, join our group here at O-Block. We can become the newest group channel in the community. Now, back into the video. For years, a content house was supposed to be the ultimate cheat code in content creation. You get a bunch of like-minded individuals together who make similar content to you, force them into a mansion, give them access to cameras, chaos, friendship, dramas, parties, and streams, and the content should pay for itself. Millions of views should magically appear, and for a while, it actually worked for the Faze clan. They became one of the biggest groups in the internet, full stop.
And the streamer award goes to Faze Clan.
All right, first thing I want to say thank you to anyone who voted for us. This year we did our 2nd ever subathon.
I've been a part of this for almost 15 years now, y'all, a part of Faze, and I think I can confidently say this is the most proud I've ever been of where Faze is at. Everybody on the stage.
Listen, God is great, God is good, all glory be to God. Faze up, man.
And while they were seeing success out in the main front, behind closed doors, the people who were punching the numbers and crunching the numbers were panicking very badly. Some would say that eventually the Faze clan would go through some of the same tropes that other content houses went through. The creativity slowing down, the friendships started to fall apart, the streams become repetitive. And then suddenly these giant mansions started to look less like dream homes and more like prison cells for content creators to just pump out content. Now, this situation is similar to like when you go out with your friends at a restaurant, everybody's drinking, having a good time, ordering all the foods, all the appetizers and everything like this. But there's somebody that's looking at how much we're spending and saying, hey guys, we should probably slow down. They're checking the numbers while nobody else cares. The person who was looking at the bill in question was Matt Kalish. Just last December, when everybody left the organization, Matt Kalish took to Bloomberg to say in an article that the current financial structure of Faze is unsustainable. He gave the influencers who operated from a multi-million-dollar Los Angeles mansion the option to go independent or sign deals with hard scope. He ended talks with them last week and plans to continue on without them. He'd also claimed that he invested $10 million over the past 18 months to expand the content creators' careers. But what really stuck out to me is the concept that it was unsustainable. This is a group who pulls in tons of views, tons of numbers, all these different things, and it doesn't make sense how there's not any money involved. But we finally got to hear from the horse's mouth himself, and I can start to see why this whole situation was something that they both needed to separate from.
Cost of buying Faze Clan was about, off the public market, buying out the shareholders and all that, was $30 million or so. You know, the company was losing at $1.3 million a month. Got that cut down to about $1 million a month of loss. Things I thought, yeah, we're in a pretty decent spot up until maybe the summertime. And my experience with it was there was no kind of opportunity there to turn it into a real business under this talent management model, let's just say. Ricky, I think, cared a lot, did everything he could to get engagement from a lot of the, you know, the former talent, the new up and comers. But at the end of the day, Faze was kind of like a...
But from the little bit that I know, they were trying to fuck the they were trying to screw over, I'm sorry, the guys that were in Faze, the young guys that are in Faze. Like literally, if I remember correctly, it was, I want to say it was Max. Max was saying that basically I guess whoever was the head over the I don't know if it was Banks or if it was somebody else. Basically, they were basically getting paid the YouTube checks. They were getting paid from YouTube, and they were also getting paid for them guys to like get sponsors. So basically, I think they got like 95% of the sponsor, which is like the owners and whoever those are, and the creators I don't think the creators got any of that. I think all of that, all the sponsors and stuff like that went to the, what's the name? So I don't feel bad for this guy too much, just because he was making money hand over fist and not paying the creator, even though he kind of paid the creator, but he was getting more money. He was getting excess money off of them, basically. I don't know if I'm saying that wrong. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize, but let me know in the comments down below.
Talent charity, right? It was money getting spent on housing, production, this, that, you know, all this stuff was a kind of one-way door.
Matt Kalish would claim that the whole business model of the Faze clan, as far as talent management would go, is not sustainable. It's not working. He would double down by saying, you know, at one point in time, they were giving out shit tons of money. And from everything that he said, I can totally understand what he's talking about. But this is where, in my opinion, it becomes Faze Banks' fault. Walk with me. Matt Kalish is coming in under the assumption that Faze clan is a household name. It has Bronny James's talent. It has all these audiences and eyeballs' talent. It's something there. But Faze Banks is convincing him that in order for this new iteration to thrive and succeed, that we need to dump a bunch of money into it. We need houses, we need cameras, we need all this equipment, we need high-speed internet to the maximum value. We need cars, we need clothes, we need trips, we need all of these different things in order for these guys to make the content go. Now, the reason why this is Faze Banks' fault is because he's playing the middle ground with Matt Kalish and the boys. In this situation, he's telling the boys, hey y'all, I've got an opportunity. We're gonna make dope content. You don't gotta sign over anything. We'll worry about the financials a little bit later, but right now, we're just gonna make the dopest stuff in the world. Don't worry about it. And on the other end, he's telling the CEO, Matt Kalish, that, yo, if you just dump a bunch of money into this, there's gonna be a way to reap the benefits and rewards of whatever we're doing here. Just continuously fund this. Look at all these eyes. Look at all these views. It's working out perfectly fine. Never once is he sitting down and having a real conversation about the realities of, hey, this guy is pouring in a shit ton of money into you guys, and you guys need to pay him back in some real intangible way, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, didn't they have an idea as to how they were going to make money? Didn't they say that they were going to do like some sort of 80-20 split in order to, you know, recoup any of these funds and investments? Matt Kalish steps out there and refutes any and every claim about that type of split.
I think the speculation was that you guys tried to sign them to some kind of 360 deal where it's like, we'll take 20% of all your money and you get to be in something like this. Is this not what happened?
Call in anyone and ask them if they got shown a deal to give them 20% of their money.
This is what the internet thinks, right?
It's fake, man. That's fake.
So you just don't think that there was a way to get money out of it. But I'm sure.
Call like Swag. Ask Swag if he was ever asked for anything. Ask Your Rage if he was ever asked for anything. ask, do you know what I'm saying?
Now, I believe he said that in order to protect himself and his company, but also make sure that the conversation is squared on one thing and one thing only. The reason why Faze was running into all of the losses that they were running into and potentially will run into in the future was because of one thing and one thing only: the new iteration, the content house, and how much money they were dumping into the entity.
Literally all the losses were really just tied to one thing, which was the content house. The streamer content house lost $7 million a year. And so the conversation was like, all good, but that endless funding is not going to continue into the future. So we can either come up with a way to make it sustainable or just say, let's be independent, like work on projects. You know what I'm saying? Like work on projects you want to work on. If there's some overlap, great. I don't think Faze is anything but like forever. I just think the model was broken and it ran out of people willing to continue to lose money funding a model that had basically no revenue.
Ooh, and that's a tough pill to swallow. But ultimately, I can see how that's true. As I look through past Faze videos and the way that they treated the house, handled the house, and handled different opportunities and stuff like that, it makes total sense.
But also, you should have had the guys, and also you had a bunch of insurance on those house or on that house. For the simple fact of what those guys wanted to do. The AMPs and what the AMPs that were doing, and you wanted to be one of the AMP houses and stuff like the AMP house and things of that nature. Because I know AMP, they did like the firework wars. I know they did that like every year or something like that. And I'm sure Agent, because Agent is one of the smart individuals or whatever in the group. I mean, they're all really, really smart in their own what's the names, but I'm pretty sure Agent knew, or their talent house knew or whatever, that we get XYZ insurance. We pay a super premium on the insurance, and basically we can just write that off. So I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what if I was him, that's what I would have been making sure, that each and every last one of them get a high insurance policy on their, basically just the house, just in general.
Would host firework wars in which they would straight up destroy not only just the house, but the equipment involved, people's cars, people's clothes, all these different things. And I'm almost for certainly sure that the responsibility was supposed to be put back onto the owners of the company. And it's not like we have no reason to not believe what Matt Kalish is saying here, because we heard how the Faze guys reacted once they had left the group and just became the boys at this point, before they became the core boys. We saw their reactions to the bills that they received once management saw that they were no longer going to re-up and had to find a way to get some sort of dollars and cents out of them. The reactions on their faces and the commentary around it let me know that, yeah, there was massive funding going in, but no money coming back out.
No shot. Huh? We're not even with them anymore.
I mean,
brother, how do I... 4th of July party, $5 grand? Minecraft stream, 22 grand. What? Floor repairs, 300 grand. I'm not answering. I'm not in that anymore.
I don't even got 15K to my name, bro. I've been living off the last 7K. Obviously, I'm not complaining because $7,000 in the bank account is still like, I'm not broke, but nigga, Drew's making more than me.
So the business was muddy from the beginning. The model never worked, and the only person that knew all of this was Faze Banks, who was trying to play the middle ground, leaving the boys at the end of the contract to look stupid in the light, and for Matt Kalish to have to come out and basically say that, yeah, he kind of got scammed from the onset. And now, after the whole situation...
Well, if you know anything about Faze Banks, that boy be scamming everybody, allegedly. The
boys can kind of sit back and understand where Matt is coming from and agree to him to some extent that the model was flawed.
A lot of money was being lost on us. Clearly, the whole model of it was just completely flawed from the beginning. And I'm to be honest, $7 million a year, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to be losing, straight up. So obviously, completely understand.
But make no mistake, I myself nor the new core boys are dummies when it comes to all of this. Matt Kalish and Faze Banks are business people at the end of the day. So a lot of those numbers are going to be inflated. The most interesting part of the interview that Matt Kalish did, and you can potentially chalk it up to being short, is the fact that he left out key details about where the dollars that were actually coming in were going. Where were the sponsors going? Where were all of the finances and dollars and cents that were being associated with the Faze name being brought in? He makes it seem like the only money that was being dealt was going out and there was nothing ever going in. And I see through that. You as a viewing audience see that. And also, I do believe that the boys that were associated with Faze were also seeing that as well.
I just think the team that was built around the new Faze and the new structure of Faze, it kind of failed in a sense of when you have a group of individuals who combined average like 150K concurrent viewers and your biggest sponsor was it Four Loko? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like if the biggest sponsor that we have to show for is Four Loko, I just think
I want to say he was one of the original members of Faze. Swoozy? No, not Swoozy. Swoozy he wasn't in Faze. Swag. Ironically, his name is right there.
the marketing team
Faze
and the
Swag.
overall like whatever structure they built around all of us was just bad.
You know, there was a lot of employees, a lot of people that were getting paid on top of, you know, our house and stuff like that. So I don't know, bro. I mean, I feel like it worked out for the best in both ways, right? Faze doesn't have to pay $7 million for us anymore a year. And we as a group found a way to function and run our own organization without paying $7 million a year. You know, we're paying for our house, and God bless to all the fans and all the supporters, because our YouTube channel is doing phenomenal and gonna cover the house.
We can smell that BS from a mile away. Jason the Ween had to literally fight back and hold himself from like exposing the fact that there was some pee in the pool and lies coming from Matt Kalish. It's actually pretty disgusting.
But I'm sure.
Call like Swag. Ask Swag if he was ever asked for anything. Ask Your Rage if he was ever asked for anything. Ask, do you know what I'm saying? Literally all the losses were really just tied to one thing.
Deadass don't know what I can say and can't say, what I can say and what I can't say.
But what I will say about Matt's interview is that he brought up an extremely good point. The route is to go independent, right? The route is to build your own and be your own boss.
They wanted to have their own individual projects, and that's the insight. Like, that's the whole insight, is that's a fucked up business model. That's why it doesn't exist now anymore. That's why explicitly Faze is not in talent management ever again. Like, that's over. People are going to want to work on their own projects. What did Lacey do?
Did you guys? Did you guys? Yeah. Did you guys want
He wants to do that on his own. He doesn't want to have like some company come in. Like Faze told me I have to promote my tap caps. He's like, fuck that. I want to make tap caps with my homies and promote it on my channel. Like, that's where the meta is at. And so I think the business model kind of got to adapt with where current culture is, right? You can't like force.
Yeah, that's because today's I guess the smartest thing to do today, especially for like a personal brand, if you're a personal brand and you are, let's just say, doing a YouTube video, the best way I can put it is all the food bloggers or whatever, like those videos that you see that they go to these little spots or whatever, and like when they get, I guess, a certain amount of number of attention and attraction and things like that, they do like ads for Pizza Hut, Domino's. I'm just using names. You know what I mean? Pizza Hut, Domino's, like these little I mean, these big spots, McDonald's and everything else. The face brand of that individual is what's going to get people to come in. So they are paying, the companies will be paying that person's face brand or that person's brand to basically go to those to get attraction to those what's the names. Just in my viewpoint, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below.
Fit something.
The core boys are realizing that they don't need this big entity. They don't need this brand that wants to come in, take over ownership, take X percentage, fund this, you know, whatever the case may be. They can handle everything on their own. When Lacey had spoken about the whole situation, he had highlighted the fact that the YouTube channel is now paying for the home that they own. And the reason why they can do that is because the success lies in the loyal fan base that they've accumulated over the past X amount of years. They never needed the brand and the entity to tie it all together. They could have went to Best Best Buy or whatever other camera shop to buy all the equipment and all the gear themselves. The motion that they had eventually would have led them to being able to get to whatever events and stuff that they needed to go to, take trips, etc., etc. I think this is where the AMP story is so impactful, is because they never took on that type of commitment from an outside entity. They've always bet on themselves, doubled down on the finances, and put everything back into the business.
Just wanted to own something, like something that was ours, something that we knew we could build, and something that we knew could set us up in the future. So we put that together in 2019. And
shout out to my guy Agent. Like I said, bro, he is one of the ones that I'm just like, oh, he's really, really business savvy. If you ever paid attention to any of his like a little market streams or whatever.
And we've been growing it. Even to this day, it's gonna sound crazy to people, but we basically reinvest just about everything we make. But the goal, realistically, we're gonna keep doing that. Like our goal is not to make a little bit of cash flow off AMP. Our goal is to build something that's generational. So,
and now for what it's worth, AMP can demand whatever, and I do mean whatever they want out in the marketplace. They can get whatever sponsor they want, whatever ad they want, and they can do it all without having to fulfill mandatory obligations to some parent company because they came in and, you know, gave them a mansion or gave them some cars. The only obligation they have is to the company in which they all own. And for what it's worth, it's probably in your best interest to make the company that you own work. This way, you don't have to be controlled. This way, you don't have to be lied to. I saw a clip where Faze Adapt was talking about how much they were paying a month for the last house, and now they're paying 50% less.
Figured out why this place was cheaper than the last place.
Oh yeah, we came to that conclusion on like day 2. Because we were paying like $75 a month for the old spot, chat. This is a lot cheaper. Yeah, I could say a lot cheaper than that.
It is a lot cheaper than that.
It is a lot cheaper than that.
A lot cheaper, like if you really think about it.
50% cheaper.
Most people can live in this house without that fountain working, you know?
Yeah.
Now, the reason that they got this house so much cheaper is because they didn't do their best due diligence in the beginning. They're bumping their heads along the way, I will admit. Apparently, this house had bad wiring issues, and they're running into an internet problem as we speak.
And the reason we figured out it was so cheap is because there's a lot of issues with the home itself, with the house, with all the wiring. There's no fucking internet. Every electrical circuit is, bro. We're slowly chipping away at it though. And we gotta repaint this court.
There was one quote for $100,000, but that wasn't even fiber. There's no way, bro. That's insane. That's insane.
So we're never getting Wi-Fi here.
I mean, I'll pay. Oh my God, what?
You'll pay $100,000.
$100,000. Wait, hold on. $100,000.
If I'm paying $100K to install fiber and everything else, I better own that crib. That's just me.
Divided by 6, bro. Because it's 6 of us. Bro, I would pay that. I would pay $16,000 to get Wi-Fi. For what, a year? I would do that. Bro, fiber is worth it.
Yeah, but that's not even counting the monthly payment on it.
Which is what, $5K a month?
But at the end of the day, whether they take the lumps or not, it's good that they own everything themselves. I think that what Matt Kalish said at the end of his interview, saying that Faze is out of the talent management business, shouldn't have been some sort of big warning to the industry, but more of a pathway, a light, a beacon to understand the way that you need to go. Going that management and a non-ownership employee route for already successful content creators and streamers is not the way to go. A lot of these guys can just bankroll these things themselves, especially if they bank on the fact that they're gonna make great content, invest back into the business. We've seen too many times where groups have already put that model to the test and it has worked, and we've also seen too many times where people have put the Faze model to the test and it hasn't worked. It's filled with too many lies, too much deception, and too many people who are trying to get over on somebody. Faze Bank's playing the middle ground now to a confirmed 2 people is just another example as to why you should avoid those situations at all costs. Sure, you might have to pay for internet, or you might end up with a house with bad wiring, or you might end up in a situation where your house might get flooded, or I don't know, all the situations that you have to deal with now as an adult, finding your own way with the housing industry or setting up your own LLC, whatever it comes with becoming a professional. But when it's all said and done, it's going to be very fruitful because you don't have to pay back somebody who's looking for thousands upon thousands of dollars from you. Sure, you might not be able to throw those crazy, outrageous parties because it'll be your property that you're destroying, but hell, even if you do, it's your property that you're destroying, and you won't get hit with some outrageous bill at the end of it by some sort of snake.
Well, you will be getting hit with an outrageous bill. And it's called the IRS. You'll be getting hit with 2. But all that being said, man, hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Let me know down in the comments down below. What are y'all thoughts? What should I react to next? Catch y'all next one. Peace.